court that was appointed through the traditional process.
Liberals are seething at the conservative majority High Court, which has been handing down rulings that are derailing their agenda. The apex of outrage, of course, was the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Luke Rosiak of the Daily Caller told the Jenna Ellis in the Morning Show on AFR that the mainstream media has dutifully fallen in line. I'm Steve Jordahl.
The government reports today America's employers added 253,000 jobs in April. More news online at afn.net and on the AFN mobile app. I'm Steve Keith.
Hi, this is Miki Addison. Join me, my husband Will, and our kids for AFA at the Ark. We'll also be joined by Wesley and Walker Wildman and their families as we host a mini conference at the Ark Encounter October 26th and 27th. AFA has reserved a block of rooms at the Marriott Cincinnati Airport Hotel, which will be available at a discounted price. Space is limited. Learn more and register at marriagefamilylife.net. And I hope to see you at the Ark.
This is Trivia Friday. The number to call with your question or your answer to a question is 888-589-8840.
At the rate of inflation, what would the $6 million man be worth today?
That's good.
But the lady sent me the wrong shirt. The one I got had Huey, Dewey, and Louie on front.
Is that true? At least he didn't say, Larry, Moe, and Curly. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Friday on American Family Radio. Thanks for listening to AFR. I'm Tim Wildman with Ed Battagliano. Good morning, Ed.
Good morning, Tim.
What's today, anyway? May the what?
Today's May the 5th.
Yeah, May the 5th. JJ Jasper, welcome home, brother.
Yeah, good to be here. You remember me?
Yeah.
Yesterday was Star Wars Day.
May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Paisley Jordahl reminded us.
Did he
yesterday.
do that?
Yeah, well, yesterday was also National Day of Prayer.
That's right.
First thing Steve mentioned was it's Star Wars Day. I told him, you're going to have to get your priorities right.
Get your heart right.
Get your heart right,
That's
brother.
good.
Come on, man.
That's good.
It's National Day of Prayer, and first thing you mentioned is Star Wars.
Right. Hey, so
Then I told him, you're going to have to take that Darth Vader suit off before you do this show, okay?
You have failed me for the last time.
hey, that's good, Ed. So I was in
Did the guy have some sort of asthma or something?
You talking about actually the character Darth Vader?
Darth Vader, yeah. What was the deal with the
Tim,
breathing?
I'm not going to have Star Wars conversations with you.
Yeah, you're
you don't
right.
know any more than that about Darth Vader.
It's probably best. Why? I didn't know why he breathed like he did. I didn't know if he had some kind of condition.
If you watched a couple movies, you'd
Okay.
know.
All right. I watched it, but I can't remember.
Hey, so I was in Kansas
Yeah,
last
you were.
weekend. I know you're shocked by that. Newton, Kansas, and wonderful opportunities there. You know our friends are
Opportunities
friends.
are boundless in Kansas.
Yes, Russ and Lori and Wayne and Bev and Gary and Chris and Jim and Laura. And then before that, I was in Montana and Florida and Kansas. Just some wonderful opportunities for Pregnancy Resource Center, Christian School. Met hundreds of AFR listeners. Our listeners are the best.
You don't remember anybody from Montana?
I do. Craig and Linda and
You could be
Autumn and Robbie. Yeah, I could do this for a while. Yeah, our listeners are wonderful.
Bill and Buffy.
All right, so it's Trivia Friday, also known as Learning University, and we're professors here at this fine institution of higher education. I'm Tim with Ed and Professor JJ. Now, we are going to open up the phone lines for first-time callers only today. We do this every other week because we want to give as many new people an opportunity who's tried for years to get on this show. Well, here's your opportunity to get on the program. 888, here's a phone number I'm about to give. Not JJ's Social Security number. Here's the phone number. You ready?
Ready?
888. Can't remember that. Just forget it, people. Just go back to what you were doing.
That's right.
888-589-8840.
What's the number again?
I said 888. Call now. 888-589-8840.
And if you call in the next 10 minutes,
Yeah. You I don't know what. Tell folks the rules. We got some rules.
It's very, very basic. First of all, our callers need to be 11 years old or older. Okay, that is a rule we instituted a while ago.
We passed it.
Callers
We
only.
passed it. The governor signed it.
Yes, that's right. It is law.
Governor Jasper signed it.
It's law. Now, we do have one exception to the first-time caller today is we have someone that we kind of left hanging last week, so sometimes we'll bring that person back on. But everybody else, it's first-time callers only. Also, one of our 3 questions each, one of our 9 questions is a mystery question, and if you answer it correctly, you will hear this sound.
Yes. Beloved cowbell will ring, and all the world will know.
And an angel will get to
Dave, I know
a whole lot happens just from hearing that cowbell.
That's right. That's right.
Now,
And
what will they win
that
if they hear that
means
cowbell?
You will win an AFR tumbler. Now, if you're watching online, you will see that Tim is holding that tumbler and giving it some motion there. Okay, now how can you watch radio? That's crazy. Well, there's 2 ways for you to do it. You can go to Facebook Live and search for Today's Issues. That's usually the title of this program, Monday through Thursday. Today's Issues, click through. You can watch Tim. Tim is balancing this on his head, folks.
Like a lady, like in India and Pakistan.
That's right.
That's what they do.
Well, Israel, too. I think they used to with the water
They don't
on
do it
the
anymore. They're
jug.
modern.
Okay, Mom. We're talking about
Pretty
modern.
good
You're talking about in the
balance
Bible
right there.
times.
Yeah, it was in Bible times. You can also go to our old streaming platform, AFA's streaming platform. The address for that is streaming.afa.net, and you can watch this here program.
All right. We go back. We go first to the phones.
Well, we got to give our questions.
Duly noted, Ed.
That's an important part of this
We
program.
really don't have to for Mark in Ohio, but we'll go to him momentarily. So I encourage our listeners now to sit up and pay attention
That's right.
because we're about to give our questions.
Pencils should have already been sharpened before
Yes.
class, people. All right, here are my 3 questions. I'll start us off. In 1973, women's tennis star Billie Jean King won the Battle of the Sexes tennis match against a 55-year-old former men's champion. What was his name?
Good
The
question.
man who beat Billie Jean King.
He didn't transition or anything.
No,
Okay.
no, he didn't.
All right. All right. I
Second-
mean, it's kind of crazy world we live in.
It is now.
Yeah.
Yep. Second question. In the Charlie Brown comics and TV shows, what is Lucy's last name? In the Charlie Brown comics and TV shows, what is Lucy's last name? And then the third question, very easy historical question here. You should get this, folks. Who is the founder of Pennsylvania Colony in the colonial America? Who is the founder of Pennsylvania Colony? All right, that's all I got.
That's good. Here's what I've got. First question, Old Testament Bible question. When in battle with the Amalekites, as long as Moses held up his hands, the Israelites were winning. When he lowered his hands, they started losing. When Moses' arms got tired, who held up his hands? So that's my question. Who held up the hands of Moses? Second question, what baseball announcer was famous for his signature phrase, "Holy cow"? Which baseball announcer was famous for his signature phrase, "Holy cow"? Third question, true or false? Abraham Lincoln is honored in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Is that true or false? Abe Lincoln is honored in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. True or false?
I think we've had these questions before, 2 or 3 of them.
Really?
Through the years, yeah. But that's okay.
Well,
Time to ask them again.
Well-
because I remember those. I remember one of your questions, and I remember one of your questions. Maybe I ask it.
I don't know.
You know, it doesn't repetitive.
Sometimes people ask us the question, and
Yeah.
and I
Here we go.
forget.
This is a degree of difficulty of 1. 1 out of 10. This is a pretty easy question, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway. When the expression quote "get out of Dodge" end of quote. What's the story behind that, and how was it popularized in American culture?
There's the deal. Dodge ain't always been a good vehicle. Somebody with a Chevy, somebody with a Ford, they had bragging rights. You show up in a Dodge, well, Well, that
Right.
starter going ring, 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 ring when you back in the day and all, they only had one phrase to tell you.
Get out. In Chicago, they say it even today. Get out of that Dodge.
Yes, that's right. And give me your wallet.
They say get out the Dodge.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody understand that question?
Yes, get out of Dodge. You said that's easy. I don't know the answer.
Well, maybe
I don't
not.
either.
Maybe not. You will when I.
Well, I think I know.
Yeah. All right. Also, second question: what are the two largest kinds of deer? Do
I'll tell you where they're found. Mississippi Delta. Trophy bucks, baby. Mississippi Delta.
The two largest kinds of deer. Got me?
So in the deer family.
Deer family. The deer family tree.
Yes.
You know who the fattest ones? Okay, that's what I want to
I
know.
guess we got to move on now to Colorado.
Not the fattest, but the biggest, the bulkiest.
To get that, yeah.
All right, number 3. I like American geography. So
Yes, you do.
So here is this question. It's a 2-part question, and if you answer it correctly without looking it up, you're in an honor system here. If you answer this question, it's a multi-part question without looking it up, we'll send you an AFR travel mug.
Oh, how nice.
Okay. Where does the Ohio? Here's the first part of the question. Where does the Ohio River begin and end? And how many states does it touch?
Wow.
And now, if you look it up, that's fine to answer that question. But if you can answer that question without looking it up, then we're going to send you an AFR travel mug, okay?
Good.
Because that's a 2-part question. It's not easy. You got the question?
Oh, yeah, I understand.
sir.
I have no idea.
All right, let's go.
Answer, so.
Who do we go to first?
All right, we're going to go first to Mark, our caller from last week from Ohio. Mark, welcome back to Trivia Friday.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, Mark, you had a question for us. Is that correct?
I did.
All right, go right ahead, sir.
Can I answer one of yours or no?
Oh, yeah, I guess I thought maybe you'd answer.
He's eligible.
Last week. All right, you're eligible. The president of the university says you are eligible to play in this week's game. Which one do you want to answer?
I'm from Ohio, but I'm not going to answer that Ohio question because that's pretty rough. So I'm going to answer the Holy Cow, the announcer.
All right, here's the question, Mark. What baseball announcer was famous for his signature phrase, "Holy cow"?
Well, that would be Harry Carey.
What? Right out of the chute.
Yes, what a great way to get us started. You know what that cowbell means, Mark?
No.
You just won yourself an AFR tumbler. That was our mystery
But if
question.
you don't know what that means, I don't know if we're going to do that. That's pretty standard.
Mark was going to say, yeah, it's time for dinner, isn't it?
I panicked.
We're going to send you a travel mug, stainless steel AFR travel mug, because that was a mystery question that you answered there, Mark. So you won that, my friend.
You're going to need to stay on the line so they can get your address. Congratulations.
Holy cow.
Thank you.
Harry Carey.
Yes.
Welcome to Wrigley Field.
Actually, I used to be a teacher, and one of my students who made it to the major leagues, one of the students at our school, he impersonated Harry Carey. His name was Derek Holland. He used to pitch in the major leagues.
Okay, I remember him.
He did some good. Yeah, he used to pitch for the Rangers in the World Series, but anyway.
Harry Carey.
Yeah. So my question, the one that I may stump you, I don't know. It was what 2 college roommates who played at USC, they were the most valuable players of their respective sports, football and baseball, and one's first name was the other's last name.
That was the one you wanted to hold over.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet you
I
didn't think
haven't
about
thought about that at all. So I got distracted last Friday and haven't been distracted since.
And it was in the 70s.
Hold on.
That's pretty crazy that they're roommates.
The baseball player, is that a household name? Played in, huh?
Yeah, they were very well known. They were MVPs of their professional sports. So yeah, they're pretty
Okay, well, the biggest name from the 70s from USC football would have been O.J. Simpson. Well, maybe he was late 60s. Reggie Jackson, maybe? He played Arizona State. Never mind. I don't know.
We're stumped. What's the answer?
You got us, Mark.
Give us one first name. Give us first name of somebody, and I bet I can get it.
Yeah. Give us a hint.
First
The
name.
first name of one of the first name of one of them is Fred.
Fred?
That was the last name of the other guy?
Fred Smith. He went on to
So his last name would be the first name of the other guy.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
he went on to
Fred Biletnikoff's
down
name. I know.
FedEx.
I don't think he went to
And
USC.
and I'll give you a clue. He's the baseball player. Fred is the baseball player.
Freddie Lynn?
Oh yes, this is real base.
Oh, Fred Lynn played for the
Fred
Boston
Lynn.
Red Sox.
Yeah. He played baseball at USC?
Yep. And who?
I mean, yeah, it would be Lynn
Played with Swan.
Swan.
That's Swan.
That is correct. That is
I
correct.
mean,
Sorry.
well, we had a little help.
Yeah.
Right there.
But that's
finally got there.
That's an excellent question and pretty hard. So,
Yeah.
Mark, I got some homework for you over the weekend. Google how Kennedy and Lincoln, same kind of thing. One of them drove a Lincoln, the other one, secretary was named this, and it's like they flip-flopped on all kinds of things. It's eerie.
Oh, I don't need to Google it. I was a history teacher.
You already were there, huh? Yeah. Yeah, isn't that fascinating, all that Kennedy and Lincoln?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, have a good weekend,
And-
buddy.
and
Stay
you-
on the line so they
and
can
you-
get your
and
address.
you know that every president in between them all died in office that were elected in a zero term, like they were, from 1860 to 1960.
well, what?
They all died in office.
Hey, if you keep up with
The-
QAnon, you know these things.
QAnon.
Hey,
QAnon.
Hey, Mark, I'm going
stay
to
on
put
the
you on
line, buddy.
hold. Stay on the line, and congratulations. He's our the winner.
You know President Kennedy's coming back, right?
Yeah, with the head
he'll
wound.
be reinstalled.
Yes.
Huh?
Are you talking about like he coming back as the beast or
Yeah.
something?
Hey, you don't believe it?
No, I don't.
Okay, you watch.
Okay, I'm watching.
You watch. Okay. Hey, people don't. You need to read up on this stuff. It's on my computer. I'll give it to you
It's on your.
after work. I'll give it to you. Okay.
All right.
Good night.
All right, we go to Virginia, and Joseph is on the line.
Making fun of that.
Hey, I saw a T-shirt. It said, "I need more conspiracy theories. All my other ones have come true."
Yes. No, it's crazy enough that that's true nowadays. All right, Joseph, welcome to the program.
Hola, soy Jose.
¿Cómo estás, Joseph?
Bien, bien.
Muy bien.
Don't worry.
Hey, ask yes or do both.
I'll be doing both today.
All right, which one you want to answer?
I'll answer the Lucy's last name question.
All right, here's the question, Joseph. In the Charlie Brown comics and TV shows, what is Lucy's last name?
Schultz.
No, that is
Good try.
Charles Schultz is the name of the artist, and so that maybe that's what you're
Yeah.
thinking about.
Yeah, probably.
That's all right, Joseph. What's your question for us?
Okay, what word means disease from volcanic ash?
What word means what?
Disease from volcanic ash.
That's one more reason why you should be careful when you get these Airbnbs when you're trying to schedule your vacation.
Don't get one next to a volcano.
Yeah, there's all kind of things that can happen that you just don't think about when you're packing your suitcase about to head out.
That's right.
Mm,
Volcanic
that would
ash.
be my luck. Up there.
Well, Ed showed
Next
up.
to a volcano.
Ed showed up at the Niagara Falls and it was dried up.
No, it was foggy. It was so
Couldn't
foggy
see it.
we
Couldn't
couldn't see
see
it.
it.
One of our listeners, it was dried up, and then you said you guys drove all that way and it was so foggy you
Yeah.
couldn't even see it.
See it.
You just had to take everybody's word
Niagara
for it.
Falls
But
was
that's
dried
It
up.
was dried up. One of our listeners, you can Google
You can look
that,
at the pictures.
and you can see they found these people in
That's-
barrels and all the stuff that.
That's a if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all moment right there.
That's what our
Honey,
listeners
we're
said.
driving to the
Are you
we
serious?
arrived. We finally arrived.
here.
We're
Did
5
it
miles.
dry up or
Yes.
did they stop it up to
I think they stopped it up, but it was dry.
Oh, yeah.
It was not coming over the thing, and they did that road trip and went. So you got to be kidding me. And then you said when you went, it was that it was foggy, and you didn't get to see
Yeah,
it.
we went through the Grand Canyon once and it had been filled up. We had to dig it back out.
All this to say, we don't know, Joseph.
Yes, sir. What's the answer?
Answer.
All right, the answer is pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcaniconiosis.
It's easy for you to say.
No, that.
I don't. You know what, Joseph?
You want to spell that for us?
That's one of those things where I don't know if you're pronouncing it correctly or not.
What does that mean? Tell us a
Yeah.
story. Tell it real quickly. How
That's the longest word like the English language, I think.
is the word? Is one
Yeah,
word?
it's the longest in the English language.
And you now let me just ask you: Did you memorize that? Is that the correct pronunciation?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Joseph,
It was impressive.
Joseph, you need to get out more, my friend. There's a whole big world out there to explore.
Joseph, have you ever? I got another question. This is off the script. Have you ever worn a fanny pack? What makes you asking for a fanny
Are you a geologist or something? How do you know this?
Pretty much the internet.
pack? Okay.
Well,
There was
Well, we're all
definitely true.
geologists then.
Hey, bud, have a good weekend. Thanks for listening to AFR.
What? That word he used was to describe volcanic ash?
No, disease you got from volcanic ash.
Somebody made a word up for that? Wow. Was that a committee? It sounded like a committee.
It's another person that can take your advice to heart. Get out a little bit more.
Well, and
Put
here's
your
the-
fanny pack down
Right.
and go outside.
And here's the sad thing: we got the hypochondriacs that are listening right now. One more thing that they're going to tell their wife. I'm itching. And
I think I got that.
I really think I know what it is. I didn't even know there was such a thing till today, and I heard it on Learning
Do
University.
you remember in 73 we went by that volcano? I told you that day. I don't feel right. Failure it is.
I've haven't been the same since.
Yeah, the hypochondriacs, they don't need a reason. They hear a new thing, and they'll go,
All right, we'll take one more call before our break.
All right, let's go to Pennsylvania, and Pam is on the line. Pam, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Good morning, esteemed professors.
Hey, good morning, Pam. Thank you for the esteemed part. That's
As JJ would say, thank you for your honesty, Pam.
yeah, that was generous.
Hey,
Pam,
where do you live in Pennsylvania?
Actually lived in the oil region of Pennsylvania in Franklin.
sure.
Oh yeah, JJ's been there many
I've been
times.
there.
Yeah.
4 or 5 times. Oil City.
That's
Franklin.
about an hour north of about an hour north of Pittsburgh, or so.
Yeah, about there.
Okay.
Great folks.
All right, Pam. Ask or both.
Both.
Okay, which one do you want to answer?
Lucy's last name.
All right,
Here we go.
Pam, you're going to get it. I sense the confidence in the Charlie Brown comics and TV shows. What is Lucy's last name?
Lucy and her beloved brother Linus are Van Pelt.
Van Pelt.
Nicely
Oh,
done.
now was that used, Pam? Was that used often in the comic strip or on the TV shows?
Not very often, no.
Okay. Van Pelt was there.
Van Pelt.
Okay. They were
Excellent.
the last names of
Of
Lucy.
Yeah.
and Linus.
Here's the deal. These trappers that are out there, one of the rarest things you can get is a Van Pelt. And the only thing more rare is a snipe pelt. You got a whole mule full of snipe pelts, I'd bring a king's ransom right there. And you come rolling up into the village and say, I got them, boys. I got this one mule's full of snipe pelts. This other one's got Van pelts. Load it down.
And I can show you where I got them.
Hand me the sack of gold.
Hey, Pam, go ahead with your question.
So mine is sort of a 7-year-old joke, but we'll see how you fellas do.
All right.
What would you name a camel with one hump? With no hump, I apologize. With no hump.
You name a camel with no hump.
Yes, sir?
Well, personally, it's against my religion to name camels anyway. But if I was going to name
Against your religion.
it's against my religion. I feel strongly.
I have heard this and cannot. I've been on tour, so my brain's a little hazy.
A camel without any humps at all. That's sad.
Sir, yes, sir?
Well, we're stumped.
It's like
Ma'am, what's
a
the
giraffe with a short
We're
neck.
stumped.
What's the answer?
They don't have a stump.
This is my grandchildren's favorite. You just name him Humphrey.
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 I like that. That is really good. I hear the music.
JJ's going to use that one.
Well, listen, speaking of something sad, fella finds a lamp, rubs on it, genie pops out, says, I'll give you one wish. He said, I just want to be happy. Right now, the man is living in a cottage with 6 dwarfs, and he's working in a mine. And his best friend is Snow White.
That didn't work out the way he wanted, did it?
Who knew there was going to be fine print on
Right.
the lamp where the genie pops out?
Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Pam. Have a wonderful day. We'll be back momentarily, and we'll go back to the phones. States all over the country have called in. We'll be back.
Friendships is offering an exciting opportunity for young adults who want to grow in their walk with God, become physically fit, and learn relief ministry while serving in the Middle East. This is an amazing opportunity to serve God and experience Israel. Check out Seahawks one-year scholarship program at friendships.org or call 337-433-5022. That's 337-433-5022. The next session begins August 19th.
We live in a day when America's families are under attack like never before.
Buddy Smith, Senior Vice President of the American Family Association.
The war against biblical principles rages on numerous fronts. The internet, Hollywood, Washington, D.C., America's corporate boardrooms, and the list goes on. At American Family Association, we're committed to standing against the enemies of God, the enemies of your family. And we recognize it's an impossible task without God's favor and your partnership. Thank you for being faithful to pray for this ministry, to give financially, and to respond to our calls for activism. What you do on the home front is crucial to what we do on the battlefront. We praise God for your faithfulness, and may He give us many victories in the battles ahead as we work together to restore our nation's biblical foundations.
Hello, Americans. I'm Todd Starnes. Stand by for news and commentary next.
My goal as a teacher is to impart knowledge and then be able then for them to take it and turn it into wisdom. As we teach, I think, okay, 5 years down the road, how will the material that I am teaching them really affect their lives and their careers?
Hi, Todd Starnes here. Truett offers biblically centered degree programs. Check out truett.edu/Starnes.
By now, you've probably seen the video. We have it at toddstarnes.com. A black man terrorizing passengers on a New York City subway car. A white Marine veteran intervened and put the guy in a chokehold. He later died. The city's medical examiner declared the death of Jordan Neely to be homicide. But Mayor Eric Adams is not so sure, and neither are many other New Yorkers who have grown weary of being robbed, beaten, and assaulted on the streets and in the subways. Now, it's unclear whether or not the Marine will face charges, but Al Sharpton's already raging on local TV. Many activists are demanding justice. Neely is being portrayed in the media as a brilliant entertainer, an innocent man who was unfairly targeted by a vigilante. Now, that's the narrative, but it's not true. Neely has a criminal record, 42 prior arrests. He's been charged 4 times with assault, and at the time of his death, he had 1 active warrant for beating up an elderly grandmother. Facts matter. I'm Todd Starnes.
Beloved, we are now children of God, and what we will be has not yet been revealed. We know that when Christ appears, we will be like Him, for we will will see him as he is, and everyone who has this hope in him purifies himself just as Christ is pure. 1 John 3, 2 and 3.
American Family Radio.
TV shows were there?
There was a lot. And those Christmas specials were the best.
Oh, yeah.
They're iconic.
They have the Great Pumpkin.
Okay, but can you name them?
No, I know. The other ones
It wasn't a regular weekend cartoon series. What I'm saying is, it was only like 3 or 4 of them, right?
Right.
There was the Christmas one. There was the Great Pumpkin, which was around Halloween. I'm not sure what other ones they might have had.
That's the only 2 I remember, honestly.
Right.
All right, let's repeat our questions and we'll go back to the phones.
All right, here are I have 2 remaining. I'll add a third. In 1973, women's tennis star Billie Jean King won the Battle of...
She was not my girl, by the way.
She what? Oh, Billie Jean. Oh, okay.
Didn't she wind up jumping off a bridge? Or was that a different Billie Jean?
I think we were messing Ed up.
You guys done?
Ed, yes.
Who was the one that jumped off the bridge?
Billy Joe McAllister.
I knew it was somebody that played tennis.
Tallahatchie Bridge, wasn't it?
Yes.
Bobby.
Was it?
Joe Gentry, right?
I think so.
From Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. You guys sure?
Bobby, go ahead.
In 1973, women's tennis star Billie Jean King won the Battle of the Sexes tennis match against a 55-year-old former men's champion. Who was he? What's his name? Second question, this should be pretty easy. Who was the founder of Pennsylvania Colony? And I will add this question. What candy uses the slogan, the Great American Chocolate Bar? All right, that's what I've got.
That's good. Here's what I've got. First question from the Old Testament. Moses, the battle was raging. When his hands were lifted, they were winning. When his hands came down, they were losing. Who lifted up the arms of Moses? We're looking for 2 people there in the Old Testament. Which 2 men raised the arms of Moses so the Israelites could win during this battle? Second question, true or false? Abe Lincoln is honored in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Is that true or false? Abraham Lincoln is honored in the legit National Wrestling Hall of Fame. True or false? And I'll add one. Typo is short for which 2 words? You know, when somebody's proofreading something that you really go, oh, you've got a typo. It's actually an abbreviation. Typo is short for which 2 words?
The song was Ode to Billy Joe, and it was by Bobby Gentry in 1967.
I can still remember that song. That's a good song.
Did he mention about tennis? Did they say
number 1 song, I think, in the country?
But really, Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahatchie.
Yeah, you know, this is 40 years ago, but I was at the Tupelo, Mississippi, where we live hospital, and she was there on the same floor we were on.
For real, the same person?
Yeah,
the writer?
No, the singer.
Or singer?
In the hospital or visiting?
Bobby Gentry. She was visiting somebody who was in the hospital because she was from Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they started a restaurant chain with the same name.
Is that right?
Yeah, McAllister's.
All right, here. Yeah.
Great food.
You might want to double check that fact. Anyway, here are my 3 questions. All right, the expression "get out of Dodge." How did that originate, and how was it popularized?
Goes back to another chain. Bunch of stores, and they say you're not welcome here.
People who live here know what you're talking about, but I do.
About Dodges.
If I can get Ed laughing, that's a good day.
All right, here's my second question.
Much Tim's reaction is your joke. Tim's just like, okay, I already apologize for interrupting Ed, so do we have to just do this all show? Go ahead, Tim, I apologize.
No problem. I wanted to know the 2 largest in the deer family tree. I want to know the 2 largest ones.
Good.
Are you about to laugh?
No,
You're chuckling.
I'm in a mood.
Okay, let's get mood in.
I'm just going to laugh
Be
all
on the
the show.
verge of chuckling
Yes.
all the time. That's a good
But
mood.
listen, you guys are, I'm just telling you, you guys are funny.
Yeah.
Our listeners know it. And I'm sitting, and clowns to the right of me, jokers to the left. And I'm right here in the middle with you guys.
Look, if you're happy now, so that's a good thing if you ever have a genie come out of a lamp, because you don't want to waste a wish. That's tragic.
I didn't think you could milk that thing for 2 seconds. But you did, by golly.
You didn't know JJ could milk a joke?
You milked sideways, forwards. All right, here. Did y'all get my question there? The top?
Yes, the deer family.
All right,
Big
now,
ones.
for a free AFR stainless steel travel mug, I have a 2-part question. If you can answer it without looking it up, then we will send you the travel mug. Here's the question, American Geographical question. Where does the Ohio River begin and end? And the second part is, how many states does it touch? How many states does the Ohio River touch? There you go. Let's go back to the phones.
All right, let's go to Texas. And Shelly is on the line. Shelly, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Hi.
Hey, Shelly, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thanks for calling.
Great, thank you.
Where do you live in Texas?
Abilene.
Oh yeah, good area.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Shelly, go ahead. You want to ask, answer, or both?
I want to answer.
All right, which one do you want to answer?
The deer question.
Okay, so you don't have a question for us. You just want to answer this one. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I want to know, Shelly, the 2 largest kinds of deer
in America, right?
Yeah.
Moose at 1,800 pounds, and an elk is at 1,300 pounds.
Okay, you are correct.
Oh wow!
Hey, nice.
So moose, I knew elk were in the deer family.
Moose is the largest.
I didn't know they were in the
deer family.
Wow.
And elk is the second largest in the elk family. Now, what I'm about to give you is their average size. Okay, not the largest one ever.
Okay.
Whatever.
Right.
So the average size of an elk from the ground to the shoulder top is 4 to 5 feet. 4 to 5 feet. Then you have to put the antlers and so forth. The head. It's 600 pounds. So an average elk is 4 to 5 feet. Shoulder 600 pounds.
Okay.
Now you move to a moose. You go to 6 to 7 feet.
At the shoulders?
At the shoulders. All average. 6 to 7 feet at the shoulder. You can walk under an elk.
Right.
And average 1,000 pounds. Average 1,000.
Wow.
You have to Shelly. She's an elk expert.
Shelly, I'll throw this out to anybody who can answer it. So, if the moose is the good girl on the block, how are deer a part of the moose family? That's what I want.
Wow.
Why are moose a part of the deer family?
Sounds like an Italian right
Yeah,
there.
I want to know.
Yeah, that's good.
Part of the family.
Yeah.
Shelly, I lived in Abilene one winter, and I went to some Christian concerts over at Abilene Christian, did some Bible studies. I love the area. I learned 90 words of Spanish because I lived there 90 days, and I was laying brick. I was a bricklayer, worked on the high school and the elementary school. You got a really nice town there.
Yes, it's beautiful. I don't have a question, but on that, I do have to say that I just moved here in December, and I am getting ready to leave actually this afternoon to go to Lubbock to a deliverance conference.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay, well, prayers for safety and
yeah.
hope the meetings go well. God bless you. Thank you for listening to AFR.
Yeah, so now, have either one of you guys ever seen a moose or an elk in live? Out in the wild?
My wife lived in Alaska, and there was a moose in their neighborhood, and she saw it almost daily. And she's, to your point, she said, listen, everything about Alaska is awesome, majestic, biblical. She'd see these eagles that when you see something with a 7 or 8 wingspan, that she'd see a bear out there, I guess grizzly bears.
Yeah.
And she said the moose, that she said I could walk under it. I mean, she didn't try. She didn't get that close.
But you could.
But you could. And she said, you see the nose on that thing? And she said, it's just like glaciers and the mountains. Everything about Alaska is just breathtaking.
They say the moose are very dangerous.
Well, Maddie and I were in Colorado, and I said, where's a good place to hike? Go down here, and just, it's awesome. I said, do we need to look out for grizzlies or anything? No, they're hibernating, but said, moose, stay away from moose. They're more dangerous than grizzlies. Like, wait, a moose, bullwinkle?
Yeah.
And they said they are so aggressive, they will chase you down. And said, don't take any chances. Well, see, I would have been whistling and trying to grab a handful of grass. Come here, buddy.
Yeah.
I was so glad they told me that.
Yeah. And
A lot of moose are
I've never seen a moose.
They do this. They're on drugs.
On steroids.
A lot of people don't know that. It's steroid rage.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But it's in the flowers they eat.
Well, and there's nothing worse.
No, it's a natural opioid. Read up on it. I'm kidding with you.
I'll be right. I'll get right on that. And nothing's worse than
kind
seeing
of flower.
a moose that's on
Steroid rage.
Right.
Back to the phone.
Eyes bulging, coming at you with all that moose testosterone.
All right, we go to Moose Testosterone, North Carolina, and Stephen is on the line. Stephen, welcome to Trivia Friday. Stephen, what are you working in the garage or what? What you doing there? Stephen, you there? I guess he's not.
Oh, you know what? I bet you a moose guy.
I was thinking the same thing, AJ.
Yeah, you got to talk about moose.
Coincidental.
Right here on
Wow.
live radio, that's terrible.
There's moose rampage in North Carolina.
Yes, they are. Yeah, and they get that far away from home. You know they're going to be
eastward.
angry.
Ever
That's
since
right.
the Civil War.
That's right. And people down here in Mississippi are always telling me that there's Black Panthers in Mississippi.
There are.
Yeah, okay.
There's the reason they're telling you that they are.
All
and
right.
you hear them screaming, it sounds like a lady. It sounds like a woman in distress screaming in the woods.
Well, I'm just going to say what I say to my wife. My wife and I, we hardly ever fuss at each other. I'm not making this up. We just don't. But we just about come to blows. She gets so mad at me because she says I saw one with some friends when I was growing up, and I said, I'm sorry, I don't believe that. And everybody on my daughter-in-law's side of the family, they all believe it. I look it up, and the folks who run Mississippi Wild Game, they say there's no proof of panthers, and my wife, she would get mad at me. And if I want to sleep on the couch or just kind of ag things on, I'll say you didn't see a black panther or cougar or anything like that. So
yeah, no, I'm with your wife. I believe it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, my wife and I just celebrated our silver anniversary this week, 25th wedding anniversary. To your point, Melanie and I have been married 25 years and have never had an argument. Now, we've had some intense fellowship many times.
I was about to call you a liar. I was calling you right out here on radio. But you go on with that.
Intense fellowship, my friend.
Yeah. Who's
All right.
up next?
We're going to go to Louisiana where the moose are plentiful. And Kathy,
Yes, they are.
Kathy is on the line. Kathy, welcome to Trivia Friday.
Well, thank you, esteemed gurus of education.
Come on, Kathy, bring it. Thank you for your honesty. Where in the
Actually, I
fisherman's
wanted.
Sportsman's Paradise.
Sportsman's Paradise?
Where do you live?
Oh yes, in Alexandria, you throw a dart smack dab in the middle of the state, and there we are.
That's right. And we know you've had boudin and etouffee and all the other wonderful recipes you guys hold near and dear.
Dude, we make a mean gumbo, red beans and rice. Come on.
Yes.
I'm hungry now.
Yes. Too close to lunch to be teasing us like that. Hey, Kathy, answer, or do both, dear.
Well, actually, both. But the question I wanted to ask was actually for Joseph the Lava Guy. But you guys could probably answer it.
The lava guy.
Joseph the Lava Guy. That was
じゃあ気をつけて出るときぶつかんないようにとかね。 用意できたらあそこの入り口で待ってればいいから。